Actually, let's do this. It's a little loud in my ears. Hi, chatty, hi. I don't have chat up at the moment. There it is. This is chill. Oh, it's about to get a whole lot more chill. I hope you're ready for it, because if you're not ready, it's gonna hit you like a truck, baby. Or not, whatever. How's everyone doing? Pretty good, I hope. Chill truck. Isn't that just a freezer truck? Everyone's doing good. Good. And if you're not doing good, I hope you do good soon. Just done watching the Portal 2 episode. And the riddle vid, you are so good at life. Thanks. I try very hard to be really good at life. I'm really glad people are liking the Portal 2 stuff. It's been a nice throwback. I've gotten messages from friends of mine who are like, oh man, it's so cool that you're playing Portal again. So nostalgic. I like these throwbacks. I also have ideas for other ones that I want to do after Portal 2, but I'm not giving away the secrets yet. Big wrinkle brain. That's how you know someone's watched the episode from today. Big wrinkle brain. Not stinky, smooth brain. Lisa Bug, thank you for the sub. Aliyah, thank you for the 200 bits. Since the quarantine started, I got my mom addicted to watching your vids. She thinks you're adorable. Oh, there's no going back now. Once you go Irish, you're gonna wish you never did. But thank you for the bits. And tell her I said hi. Lightblood, thank you for the 2 months. I don't have the energy. You just give it right back. Thank you. Oh, I love your vids. When I don't have the energy. That's very sweet. Thank you so much. Hannah Mart, thank you for the tier 1. Sunflower, thank you for the 100 bits. Love you and thanks for helping me keep going on. No, you help yourself. I'm only here through the internet. I'm not there by your beck and call at your side like cheering you on. That's all you. Give yourself more credit, but thank you. Narwhal King, thank you for the Prime. Aiden Lucas, thank you for the 100 bits. Rhetorical, thank you for the 510 bits. Hello, you beautiful baby Mimi Dreamer. Long time watch right after the PewDiePie shout out and thanks for everything. Oh, thank you. That's a long time. Thanks for hanging around. Lauren, thank you for the 100 bits. Can you spot the cheater? Oh, I don't know. Is it the stiletto on the dashboard of the car? Sunshine Day, thank you for the sub. Jesse, or Jess, thank you for the 200 bits. Thank you for taking your time out of the day to hang with us during these terrible times. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of you. I hope that you're all keeping well during all of this. I feel very lucky that my life doesn't change that much because of this. So we're just inside a lot of the time anyway and just kind of hanging out and not doing a whole lot. I do miss visiting friends. And traveling to like America and hanging out with friends there, but I mean that's a tiny price to pay for all of this. But other than that, not a whole lot has changed. I kind of just sit in here and I work all day every day, and that is pretty good right now. It gives me an excuse to do it even more. Kaylee, thank you for the Prime. Diagomba, thank you for the 100 bits. Happy Ramadan, everyone. Is it Ramadan? Happy Ramadan if you celebrate it. Ratplaid, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you for everything. Oh, too sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very sweet of you. How's BB and Evelyn doing? Pretty good. Evelyn's playing Animal Crossing right now. We just ate, and BB's just hanging out. He just ate a little bit ago as well. So happy family, happy bellies. Qwerty, thank you for the 100 bits. Septic Raccoon, thank you for the 100 bits. I asked this a few months ago. Are you still CEO of Baby? No. I have upgraded. I am CEO of Quarantine Club now, which you were all a part of. Who has the minutes from last week? What did we do? Carrie, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you for being who you are. Been a fan since 2015. Oh, thanks. That's a long time. 5 years. I'm the CEO of Spotting Cheaters. Yes. I'm the CEO of Riddles. Who knew I would be so wrinkle brain? Last week's minutes. Be a gamer, wash your hands. Thanks, Marpek. Same meeting this week. Not much has changed. Lauren, thank you for the 200 bits. Hey dude, how has your day been? It's been pretty good. I recorded more Portal. I didn't get as much video work done as I would like. And I was like, I technically should be recording, but I wanted to stream. I wanted to hang out and chat with everybody. And I did some work with someone on a scripted project that I'm doing. Made some progress. Not a huge amount, but made some progress. And that's going well, so I'm excited for that. AK Limelight? Thank you for the 1050 bits. That's very generous. Thank you for making videos. I've been having bad anxiety attacks, and you're the only thing that makes me happy. Oh, I'm sorry that you're having anxiety attacks. I hope they get better. Mixie, thank you for the 200 bits. Are you going to do any more drum covers? It could be something to do during these long days. I thought about it, I just don't really know. Unholy Confessions and Chop Suey were the two that I had in mind that I knew I was going to do. So, since I got those done, I'm like, I don't really know what to do after this. Maybe a Green Day song. Some of their older stuff. Start making a pizza. Take your time, Cammy. Qwerty, thank you for the 100 bits. About your coffee brand, we'll definitely buy when it comes out. Thanks, gamer. I'm very excited about it. I kept talking about it vaguely at panels and stuff and at VidCon and everything. I said I was working on something on the production side of things that I was really excited about. And it was supposed to be announced, like, now. It's supposed to launch this week or next week, but coronavirus kind of got in the way, and I don't really want to launch it now. Just with everything that's going on, kind of be cognizant of it. But it's damn good coffee. And I really like it. I was saying in one of the previous streams, maybe the last one, somebody said that they got an upset stomach from coffee, and I had that if I drink a lot of it. But the blend that we've put together for my coffee is just agrees with me 100%. So I can drink that all day and I'm fine. Can't say that'll be the same for everybody, but I really, really like it. Is the coffee thing not a bit? Not a bit. I looked up stuff before. I was like, I wonder if any coffee company would sponsor me after the Coke thing. And I was like, wait, why would I ask a coffee company to sponsor me when I can make my own coffee? I absolutely love coffee. And I drink so much of it all the time, so why not? But I'll talk more about it when I can and when there's more to do. I mean, this kind of works out. We have more time to plan it, more time to get stuff in order and have fun with it. Septic Bubble, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I'll try look for the Reddit post, Septic Bubble. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hi guys, I hear coffee. You sure do. You come to the right place, my friend. Your coffee brand should have tea. Random Marlin, thank you for the 100 bits. Proud Furry Games, thank you for the tier 1 sub. And Sis Ginger, thank you for the 300 bits. Tabby, thank you for the 500 bits. How's Animal Crossing coming along? I haven't played it since the last stream, the last video. I've just kind of lost all interest in the game. I'm not the type of person that if there's a game that's too repetitive, I kind of shut my brain off and I can't play it. I will try though, because I really like Toss Boy and I like the whole Shari thing and I like the videos we've made so far, but I just don't know what to do next. I'm not into the whole like fish all the fish and get all the fruit and sell them and buy turnips and sell them at high prices and upgrade my house. That's not the part of Animal Crossing that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the little story element that I was putting together, and when you kind of come up against a wall of repetition and not much else to do that way, there's just not much further it can go. Oh. You said that you're working on a scripted video. Is it an ego video or something similar, or is it a fun sketch? It's the scripted ego project. I don't know what to call it yet. That I said I was going to be working on. Trying to get it just right. Zanny Pill Vibes, thank you for the 100 bits. Rusty Spoons, thank you for the tier 1. And Master Pop Shop. Posh Pop, even. Thank you. Sansa, thank you for the 200 bits. I learned Chop Suey using your cover. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I was curious about that because I learned a lot of the drum stuff that I know from watching covers. And I was curious to see if anyone would learn a cover because of me. How much is my PC worth? I don't know, Arctic. Well, the one I'm using now is one that was put together by Origin, the PMA one that I showed off in a video a while back, in my setup video. So I don't know how much it cost, because it was like a sponsored thing to give them a shout out in exchange for the PC. But I have two upstairs that were my old ones that are like 2,500 each. Because to do this kind of stuff and to play games and to keep up with everything, it's kind of an investment to just get really high-end technology to make sure that it works. And that when you're recording stuff, you don't drop frames or anything. But this PC that I'm using now has a 2080 Ti and an i9 9900K, so it's pretty damn beefy. Scarheart, thank you for the 15 gifted subs. What a Scarheart, more like Sweetheart. Thank you. That's very, very generous. Kasasi, thank you for the sub, as well as Intra Danny. And Grandma, thank you for the sub. Derpickle, thank you for the prime. And Tori, thank you for the sub. Sorry if I'm missing some of them. There's so many of them coming in. It's hard to keep up. I appreciate it though. Thank you guys. Softball Lady, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Oh, that's very, very sweet. Thank you. Hi to your friend Jordan. And to you as well. Toby Raya, thank you for the prime. Clara Winters, thank you for the 150 bits. Oh, Audra Girl, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Limelight, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Speaking of egos, Mythicality cosplays on TikTok cosplays your characters amazingly. Yeah, I've seen I don't know if I've seen their one, but I've seen a ton of the cosplayers on TikTok. It's really cool. It's very flattering, thank you. William, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you like a drawing of Doom or Doki Doki? Doom. We've had so many Doki Doki drawings, but I'd love to see a Doom one. I mean, you don't have to, but I appreciate it. But if you are going to do one, then Doom, for sure. Sunshine, thank you for the 100 bits. Septic Bubble, thank you for the 300 bits. Issy Boy, thank you for the prime. Alice Dragon, thank you for the 200 bits. Wolf, thank you for the sub. And Kong Long Hong Bong, thank you for the prime. Leminator, thank you for the 200 bits. Good night, Jack. It's very late, but I just wanted to let you know I love your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's very sweet. Milan, thank you for the 200 bits. I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. But I appreciate you hanging around and being at all the streams. Thank you. Fallen Angel, thank you for the 100 bits. Succubus, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. You guys too heckin' sweet. Stop. Stop it. Stop. I said stop. You know that TikTok? What are you doing this stream? I am hanging out and being chill with you guys because you're awesome. You, Gab, Felix, and Marty should go on a double date in Animal Crossing. I don't know what we do. Animal Crossing is cool, and I enjoy it, and the multiplayer is awesome. But why? You can't do anything in each other's islands. I mean, of course, sell stuff and all that stuff and show people around and whatnot and hang out, but I just wish there was like mini games to do. Because you could like play tennis or play cards or something would be really fun. Hopefully that's an update that'll come later. And it's also just kind of annoying that you have to go through so many menus. Like if I invited all 3 of them to my island, it would take so long to get through all the menu and then wait to see each one of them fly over. It just takes so long. It's so tedious. Hero, thank you for the 1,000 bits. You like jazz? Lexia, thank you for the 1,000 bits. First stream in a while. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you are too, Lexia. Thank you. Sam the Ham, thank you for the sub. Grandma, thank you for the 200 bits. Grandma? Greetings from Mexico, cabron. I don't know what that actually means. What does it actually mean? I hear people say it in movies all the time. Did I just swore? It's a bad word? Yeah, I figured. Means asshole? Ah, that's not so bad. Jack did a swore. Swore! Jack swore! Swore bell! Rusty Spoons, thank you for the 100 bits. I hope you're staying safe in quarantine. We're trying our best. Here's the skinny, y'all. My doctor thinks that I might have had it. I'm reluctant to say that because I didn't get tested. And if you've had it and technically then you're immune, they're not going to test you. Or at least that's what they said, because they need the test for the people who are going through it or about to go through it, or they need space and time for people who might have it. But after VidCon, about 6 days after VidCon in UK, I got really damn sick. I had a head cold, which I was like, okay, that's not corona, because you don't get a stuffy nose and stuff from it, at least not indicatively of it. And then afterwards, I was like really cold one night in bed, but it was like one night after the cold had kind of dissipated in my head. And then I like woke up and I had I don't know if I should share too much. Let's just say I had to go to the bathroom real bad. So I thought it was food poisoning that I had. Not a pukey, but a booty. I was like, okay, well that's not really a sign of corona either. And then after that, I think I just got so sick that it kind of flared up my asthma again. Because then after that, I was just getting wheezy and I just was kind of short of breath. And that was the one where I was like, hold on. So I went to my doctor and he was like, you could have had it, but it was just an extremely mild case of it, but I don't know for 100%. So I'm not going to say I did have it, because I don't know, it just feels like I probably didn't. It just, a lot of the symptoms for it kind of feel like a lot of other symptoms. But since then, my asthma kind of came back and it's been kind of kicking my ass. Well, it's getting better. I was on a blue ventilator. Anybody? Asthma gang? Quarantine club asthma gang? I have to take my blue ventilator inhaler again, which I haven't had in years and years. I haven't had an inhaler since I was like 15. So I've been on that again, and I was still kind of short of breath after a couple of weeks. So he gave me a brown inhaler, which is like a thing to like keep your lungs open and to kind of like expand them and get me back to normal. And now I feel almost back to normal. So it's been a rough go of it. And then I had to go. Again, I don't want to overshare, but I also had to, just so people know what's going on with me, I had to go to the hospital then because I had a lump that I needed to get checked out, because I was getting a little worried about that. It came up and it wasn't going away, and I had to go get an ultrasound on it, but thankfully it's not bad. It was completely benign. It's not a thing. It was just a flare-up of some glandular tissue. And for that week I was like, oh fuck. And I got really scared. Thankfully, healthy as a horse right now. But there's just been a lot of stuff going on in the background that I haven't really talked about. How healthy is a horse? I don't know. People say that. Healthy as a horse. Healthy as a handbasket. Jack, it's scary to play Portal 2 right now. Yeah, I saw the news that the CS or the TF2 source code leaked, which meant that the source engine code leaked, which means that it's really easy for hackers to get into your system. But apparently the code that was leaked is like 2-3 years old. And it only happens if you're playing on a Valve server. And even then, the CSGO Twitter tweeted out that they didn't see anything that was like too threatening right now. So it seems to be a lot of fear-mongering that's going around. Still very serious if that actually happened, but it seems like it's already not an issue because the code is so old and stuff is changing all the time anyway. And if the people from CSGO say that it's not a problem, then I'm more inclined to believe them since they work directly with the engine. Yeah, they said from this review we have not found any reason for players to be alarmed or avoid current builds. And that's all I really need to know right now. Doom Eternal drum cover? Those drums are too hard for me. Life is so scary lately. It can be. Some stuff that I've been kind of utilizing when anxieties flare or stuff gets bad, or when because you can overindulge in those thoughts and thinking about it. But I talked about this book before, the How to Think Like a Roman Emperor, which is really good and has a lot of what a lot of people use in cognitive behavioral therapy now. It comes kind of like from Stoicism and a lot of stuff in that. But one of the things they were talking about was that if something makes you anxious, if something's about to like flare your anxieties or make you feel bad about something. Okay, we're about to get deep, fellas. But think of it this way. The world is not a sentient place. The world itself and what happens in it is not out to get you. The world, and anybody who says that like, oh, the world's out to get me and why does this always happen to me? It doesn't. And it's not. It happens to a lot of people. It's just that it's affecting you a lot more, which is perfectly fine. That happens to everybody. But the thing is that whatever happens to you, it's not negative until your brain kicks in and responds to it. And it's your judgment values on what has happened to you that determines whether it's a bad thing or an awful thing. So whenever, a good practice is to, whenever something bad is about to happen, or if you have anxiety about whatever's going on in your life, it's good to write it down, say it out loud, write it down in the most objective way you can. Even if it's the worst case scenario, just write it down and actually look at it and objectify it and make it a reality. Like, visualize what that thing is and then realize that that is not actual reality. What you're catastrophizing and what your anxiety is flaring up about is something that 9 times out of 10 isn't something that's actually happening. It's just your indulgence in those moments, like negativity and anger and all those emotions like that, are an indulgence. The more you dwell on it and the more you feed into it, the more you're indulging in them. And when you indulge in them, it makes them worse. It's this weird negative feedback loop. So for me, just kind of like rationalizing it, thinking about it logically, thinking it out loud, saying it, whatever you need to do, kind of diminishes what it actually is. So while the world can be scary right now, if you say things the way they actually are and what can happen and how we're going to get through all this, it becomes a lot less scary. And that doesn't work for everybody, but that book, and I'm not saying it exactly the way they have it. I wrote down some notes actually when I was reading the book that, I don't know, I kind of just reoriented my way of thinking. Let's turn this down for a bit. It says that nervous feelings are natural, accepting that and working with them is wisdom and courage, perpetuating them longer is unwise. So realizing that the anxiety that you get, realizing the nerves that you feel over things, and realizing that that's a natural part of life is part of wisdom. It's part of knowing yourself. It's part of the human experience and your human emotions. Perpetuating that and making your nerves worse and kind of dwelling in that and going into that spiral is unwise because it leads you into a darker place. Explain situations objectively. Speaking out in anger rhetorically perpetuates those feelings. So if something bad happens, instead of taking a beat, relaxing, breathing, realizing what it is and realizing that you're getting mad over it because of something inside of you and not because of the thing that actually happened, that's your way of getting over it. But yelling out, getting road rage and yelling at the other person, arguing with something, that's an indulgence. That's something that you're actively partaking in, and it just fuels that anger more. It's just a feedback loop that makes it worse and worse and worse. The world isn't good or bad, our thoughts and judgments make it so. The world itself is not a terrible place. It can be because of all the terrible things that happen in it, but a lot of what we see as terrible and a lot of the bad shit that's going on, a lot of stuff that we feel like is attacking us, comes from in here. It's coming from yourself and projecting it outwards and then being like, oh, the world hates me because this happened. Which is not always the actual truth. I just wrote down sporadic thoughts on all of this. Don't catastrophize. It's not the end of the world. This is an activity you engage in. Think objectively about the next steps. Write out a catastrophe or troubling matter in plain language. So what you tend to do when you catastrophize things is be like, oh, it's all over. If something happens with a video, let's say, as an example, oh, my career is over. It's all done. It's done, pack it in. That's catastrophizing. But if you think about it objectively, like, this is a bad example, but say, this video did badly, but I can move on and do another video better. Or if you just literally write it out being like, this video didn't perform. And then it's like, oh, yeah, that's not that bad. That's, again, bad example, but I'm looking at YouTube and that's my world, so... Become indifferent to the catastrophe, write how a role model would react to it, and cope wisely. So what helped me as well is that if you're going through a situation that you're nervous about, let's say a job interview or anything at all that's making you nervous, anything that's scaring you, anything that's making you anxious, or any decision that's big in your life, or just anything that's going on. Think about a role model that you look up to. Think about somebody that you wish, anybody you've looked up to and gone like, man, how do they cope with this stuff? I wish I was like them. And then think about yourself in that scenario and think about that role model being with you. Think about them looking over your shoulder and guiding you and think, what would they do during this situation? All of this stuff is super simple when you lay it out like that, but it wasn't until I read it and listened to it and really internalized it and reflected on it that it started to make so much more sense to me. So looking up to somebody shouldn't be a thing to be like, man, I wish I had what they had. It should be, I wish I could just take their values and take what they do and their mentality and utilize that and use it to help me be a better person. Our thoughts and judgments are constructions of reality, but not reality itself. You're a feeling and not what they claim to represent. So our thoughts about what are happening are not what is actually happening most times. It's just the way your brain works. The brain's a piece of shit, and it really tries to get in your way, and it really bogs you down just because I don't know, we have a lot of time to think and there's a lot of shit going on in the world. But what you think about yourself and what's happening, most often than not, if you're anxious about it, is not what's actually happening. Like I used to have a huge fear of phone calls. I used to hate making phone calls. I was always super nervous about them and that social anxiety would kick in. I'm great in social situations, but phone calls scared me. Because it was like, okay, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I don't have all the information they need? What if I sound stupid? What if I just don't get through? What if they hang up on me? It was all that shit. And I was like, but my therapist talked about it and was like, so what? If you make a phone call and you don't have all the information, either get the information or call back when you have the information. If they're not going to think you're stupid, because that's just not how people work. And if they hang up on you, who cares? You're right back to where you were, which is not a bad place. I forget how all of this started, but if I can impart some of the stuff that I've read and some of the experience I've gone through and some of the wisdom that I've gleaned, then so be it. Hopefully it helps somebody. But yeah, the world can seem like a scary place, but just live in your zone. Think about what's happening with you. Think about your reality and your situation and what's going on, and just objectively get it out there and say it plainly. Don't tilt the emotion in what's actually happening in your life one way or the other. And once you think about it objectively, you can start dealing with it a bit better, I think. Damn, dude, I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Well, those are the conversations that I like. I like how people think and how they operate and work. It's my type of conversation. Softball lady, thank you for the 100 bits. This pandemic has been hard. I love you, and I was hoping that one day you'd say my name. I can leave you alone after, but hearing you say it in BitLife made me want to hear it again. Oh. Furious, thank you for the 100 bits. Phoenix Murphy, thank you for the Prime. Penhalagon, thank you for the bits as well. It's so weird when people don't like ask something in bits or don't leave a message or anything. I feel bad because you're just dropping bits. I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's very sweet. Is this quieter than usual for anyone else? I turned down the music. The mic should be fine though. What's the audio like, by the way? Because I keep turning it up and down and I haven't figured it out. It's perfect. Ooh, baby. Good. It's okay. A little loud. Okay, we'll turn it down. Smidge. A smidge. What even is a smidge? Let me look up what a smidge is. Another term for smidgen. Okay. Should have known that. A small amount of something. I know, but... Perhaps from Scots smitch in the same sense. It doesn't make any sense. Languages are just a bunch of made-up words that people were like, yeah, that works. Stream keeps lagging. That's gonna be on your end, I'm afraid. Can't help you with that there, buckaroo. Dryad, thank you for the Prime. Stommy, thank you for the Prime. Wagga Crew, thank you for the 100 bits. I've been watching your Spider-Man series on YouTube. I love that game. Thanks for all you do. Love your work and always a good laugh, which is needed now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, are we getting raided by Kevin? I saw some Turg heads come in and I was like, oh, cool. People who watch Kevin are here. And now it's all raid stuff, so... Thanks, Kevin. Welcome, everybody. Or should I say, Turg. What were you guys playing? What were you guys doing? Oh, I saw it actually earlier. I saw you playing something earlier, Kevin, and I can't remember. Did you finish Pirates of the Caribbean? My therapist said people with anxiety have to have a black and white answer. I mean, yeah, but I'm reluctant to say yes, definitely, because it's completely different for everybody. Everybody handles anxieties different ways, and everybody has a different type of anxiety. I should put in a sound that anytime we get raided, it just says a sponsored Raid Shadow Legends. Just put in every YouTuber who's ever done one. I was supposed to do one. I wanted to do one. A sponsorship with Raid. Because I wanted to donate the money to charity, and then they never sponsored me. Stinky. Error, thank you for the 200 bits. Isco, thank you for the sub. And Rochlet, thank you for the prime. Aliyah, thank you for the 500 bits. My mom is listening to the stream right now. Can you say hi to her? Her name is Don-Ann. Don-Ann. Hi, Don-Ann. I hope you guys are having a good time. Quarantine Club. Jaren, thank you for the 200 bits. I can't express how much your content means to me, especially now. That's very sweet. I mean, same fam. Same dog. I really appreciate that I get to do this stuff. If I had like a 9-to-5 job in an office and I had to work from home, or if I was just... If I didn't have to work at all and I was just getting paid leave even and I was just sitting at home, I think I'd go a bit crazy. So playing games and making videos and everything, it's always been fun, but now it's kind of... It's the thing that keeps normalcy in my life. And I really appreciate that. So I'm just glad to be able to do it. I'm glad to be able to do it at all, in general. I don't know how different life would be if I never got to make YouTube videos. I have no idea where I'd be. Be a lot less fulfilled, that's for sure. Speeper, thank you for the prime. Anne-Marie, thank you for the sub. Koshado, thank you for the 200 bits. Can you say hello, Eva? She's loved watching you since the day she was born. Hi, Eva, or Eva. Escape My Mind, thank you for the 10 bits. Under the Sea, that is me, thank you for the sub. Rosalind, thank you for the 150 bits. Oh no, 100 bits. Wait, no, it moved, Jesus. Yeah, 100 bits. Like 12 of them came in at once. Boris, thank you for the prime. Internet's mom, thank you for the 100 bits. Ever since I stopped working, I'm an essential worker, but my dad got COVID, so I gotta stay home. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been feeling so unproductive and lazy. First of all, I hope your dad's okay, and I hope he pulls through. Secondly, yes, I can definitely see how that would happen. But I hope that people... Like, is there anything you wanted to do? All these times when you're in work and you're thinking, man, I wish I was at home doing X, Y, Z. Have you been doing that? And is there any sort of hobby or any sort of project or any sort of little thing that you wanted to start and just never had the time to do that now you have the time to do? Like, as bad as all of this is, I know, coronavirus, pandemic, it's awful. So many people have died and so many people are infected and the world can be really terrible to think about right now. But when all of this is said and done and we're all back to normal and we're all back out in the wild world, all doing our thing, and... No, I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say something irresponsible that people have done, but I don't want to perpetuate that. When we're all back out in the world, you don't want to have that moment where you're like, damn, I'm back to work now and I really regret not taking the time to do that thing when I had the time. There's no better time than the present to do things, to start something. And yes, that can seem hokey and naive, but seriously. I mean, it's anything to keep your brain active, anything to keep you moving. I've been learning accents. There you go. Even if it's just like, I want to learn how to play an easy song on a keyboard. There's online keyboards. Anything like that. I'm trying to get back into audiobooks. Because I can't sit and read a book because my brain's stinky. I mean, super huge wrinkle brain. But audiobooks are something that help me visualize a bit better. I have a hard time focusing. So I said this in the podcast with the guys, but I've been listening to the 3 Body Problem. And some days I make a lot of progress. Some days I make no progress. But I keep trying. Megan Lemon, thank you for the prime. Geralt of Trivia. Oh no, Gerald of Trivia. Geraldo of Trivia. Thank you for the 300 bits. Hey Sean, I'm trans and I named myself Sean after you. Keep being incredible. That's really sweet. Thank you very, very much. I see you and I appreciate you. Dr. Sinwar, thank you for the 200 bits. Got mushy bananas, make banana bread out of the situation. Like I literally am right now. Oh, banana bread is so good. Yeah, life gives you lemons. Burn the house down with the lemons. Find a good podcast or audiobook and go for a walk if you can. It's amazing. Yes, but distance yourself from people. 2 meters. But yeah, a good podcast is good. I recommend My Brother and Me by the McElroys. It's a very good podcast. I like it a lot. It's very funny. They label it as an advice show for the modern era. Sorry, the modern era. But they're just very, very funny. You can also see their show. It used to be on Cisco or Sisto or something. Some service that doesn't exist anymore. But now it's on iTunes, I think. So you can get it there. Or it might be on Prime. It might be in a lot of places. But Mabim Bam are really funny. Just some good boys. That's where the name Toss Boy comes from, by the way. It's a video that they did where they have a series called Monster Factory, because they used to work for Polygon, and they would make characters and they called everything boy, like something is a boy. It's like, you want a little boy or a big boy? Oh, a little boy. It's like a rowdy dirty boy, a fun-loving having boy. And then one of them is like, I think he looks like a little toss boy, and for some reason that just stuck in my head and I loved it. Vetigirl, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I'm an essential worker and I work with 100 foster kids in Tucson, Arizona. Can you please say hello to them? We love you and love what you teach us. You're the best potato. Hello, class of Tucson. Tuscanaz. Thank you very much for your very generous bits, but thank you for watching and appreciating. I love you guys too. I hope you're doing well. And good on you. I know a lot of people are essential workers right now and you feel like you're kind of held against your will in these jobs, but trust me, people out there really do appreciate it, even if it doesn't feel like that. Archie, thank you for the 100 bits. Life sure is one steep-ass learning curve, but look at us go. Look, man, no one has it figured out. Even the happiest people on Earth don't have it figured out, because everyone's going to have a bad day, everyone's going to have a slump. And what they have figured out is not the same as there's no, like, secret to it. There's no, like, oh, that's what life is. Like, for me, one of the best days I've had is when we went to Paris for our tour. We had a whole day off, got to go around Paris and see a lot of stuff. I'd never been there. My brother lives there. We got to see so many different places. We got to see so many different buildings. I got to see Notre Dame before it burned down. We went out, woke up early, got a nice hotel, had a nice sleep. We got nice breakfast, met up with my brother. We all went out in a group of like 10 of us. Surrounded by so many of my really good friends now. We walked around, we saw Eiffel Tower, we saw the Louvre. It was closed, sadly, so I didn't get to see the Moaning Lisa. We just got to walk around. We sat beside a river at one point and just kind of hung out. We went and saw Notre Dame, got to take that in, had some nice lunch. Then we had really great dinner, had some really great conversation, and I went to bed extremely content. And sometimes that's all it is. It's just good company, good conversation, good food. And then, to me, that's the secret of life. Sure, you can't do that all the time because you need to work, you need to pay bills, you need to blah, blah, blah. But for me, if life was just perfect for everybody, that would be what it is. Just hanging out with people that you really care about and just shooting the shit, getting to see cool stuff. But I'm sure that would get aggravating after a while. So there's no perfect answer. Life is a mystery. We're all figuring it out. We're all on a big fucking lump of dirt flying through space around a ball of fire. Who fucking cares? Do whatever you want. Do what makes you happy. Hoodie, thank you for the 20 months. Holy shit. Good to see you, man. Sam Jacobson, thank you for the Prime, as well as Grant. Thanks, bruh. Flying Llama, thank you for the tier 1. Tara Valentine, thank you for the 245 bits. I really enjoyed your YouTube thumbnail tutorial. How would you feel about doing a basic video editing video in the future? Glad you and Evelyn are safe. Robin's already done a better one than I will. Robin's a better editor than I am. And a lot of the tutorials that are out there are better than mine, because I don't use Premiere properly. If I did it, I would embarrass myself. My way of editing is really slow and it's very minimalistic. It's just cuts and zooms and shit, which works and is really fun for me, and I like messing with that, but I don't know enough to make a tutorial on it. But Robin has made a video on it, so go watch that. I think he also did one for Photoshop a little bit. He also has a tutorial on OBS, which is very good, and Robin taught me a lot about OBS that I use right now. I'm glad people like the thumbnail video, though. There's a lot of stuff that people gave feedback on, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And I didn't talk about some things a little more than I should have, and some things were done a little wonky, but I said that in the video. And if it gives anybody who's starting off any sort of information that they didn't know before, even if there's just one little tactic that you didn't know before that you can utilize, then that's good. No one's way of using anything is 100% perfect anyway. What's Robin's channel? Pixel Pit. The thumbnail was hella epic. Thanks, bruh. It was so totally awesome to the max. And then the thumbnail that I did for the making thumbnails video was shit. I purposely made it like... Well, I did it fast, but I purposely made it kind of crappy. I don't know if I should have done that. I don't know if that works, but I thought it was funny. Looking through, I'm like, man, that's a good thumbnail. Oh, that's a terrible one. Oh, I had no time for that one. I like the ones where you get like a screenshot from the game that just works, so you don't have to look for anything else. Like a lot of the Animal Crossing ones is just, oh, that's a good shot, I'm just going to use that, and then you don't have to do any work on it. Maybe like boost some contrast and saturations and shit, but yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy with the videos that are going up lately. I feel like I'm hitting like a stride again, and I'm very happy with them. Nerdy, thank you for the 26 months in a row. Holy moly. Sorry I haven't been around. Hey, you don't need to apologize for that. People got shit going on. Thank you for even still being here. I appreciate it. Pabs, thank you for the 1500 bits. Holy god. Penhaligon, thank you for the 2000 bits. I need your anonymous answer on something. Yes or no? Yes. I'm just a yes kind of guy. Unless it's killing people, then no. Blarn, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Hulock Chester, thank you for the 100 bits. I got to go now, hopefully I'll be back. Oh, see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Space Penguin, thank you for the Prime. Bumblebee, thank you for the 100 bits. Biological Hunter, thank you for the 200 bits. Whoopie Doodle, thank you for the 200 bits. Wow, what a name. Have you ever visited Cornwall? I have not, Sammy. I don't even know where Cornwall is. Sean, how do you get over your fear of failure? Failing a lot and realizing it's okay. Nobody who's gotten anywhere in life has done so without failing. And it really is as simple as that. You gotta fail a lot to realize that failure is not the end of the world. And I can tell you that, but you still have to do it. I shouldn't say failing a lot to get over your fear of failure. Trying a lot of things. And then realizing if it fails, it's fine. Again, it goes back to that thing that I'm talking about, that if you fail at something, indulging in that failure and then sitting down and being like, man, I suck, I'm terrible, I failed at this, I can't do it, then of course you're never going to get back up and try something again. But indulging in that thought pattern is really bad for you. But thinking about it logically and objectively, I tried a thing, it failed. Okay, that's literally it. It's the same as someone says something bad about you, that it's really hard not to take it personally, especially if it's something that you've worried about already. But if somebody says something bad to you, and you think about it objectively, and you actually say it as plainly as possible, it's like, okay, you said this about me, and I'm okay with that. That's literally all it has to be. Because no one will ever truly know who you are, except maybe your closest friends, but all of you guys who are here now, you know a lot about me, but you'll never truly know who I am. Because you don't spend enough time with me. You don't know me on a personal level. And that's not exactly a bad thing. That distance between audience and creator is a healthy thing as well, but whatever people say about me online is something that they perceive based upon the information that I have given you. And it's never 100% factually accurate. Even the good stuff, but especially the bad stuff. Because it's a lot of assumptions. It's a lot of made up thoughts about somebody else who you don't actually know. And that goes for any creator. You don't know any of them. Unless you're actually friends with them. Or you've talked to them a lot, because people show you who they really are when the cameras are off, when the doors are closed, when they think no one's watching. And a lot of people I've hung out with are wonderful people off camera, but some of them are shit, and their true colors really come out when they can't get something out of it. Tori, thank you for the 1275 bits. I just want to say to you, God, it's moving. I'll say to you that I know what I think. You're awesome for all that you do for humanity, from your charity streams to your videos where you've been known to take time to wish somebody a happy birthday or just entertain us. You're an amazing soul. Oh God, stop. Stop. I don't like it. It's too nice. Thank you for your bits, and thank you for the very, very sweet, generous message. I really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. Yeah, did you guys like my potato today? I was bored. I was looking up stuff about the world record egg last night. I don't know why. It just popped up. I think I saw a picture of an egg, and then I was like, isn't that the one they used? So I looked up a lot about it, and then I was like, I wonder if it really is that easy, where you just say, hey, just like this and make it popular. Quarantine's hitting hard, lads. I don't know what else to do. Oh my God, it's at 141,000 likes. Jesus Christ. Oh man. It really is that simple, isn't it? It's kind of a play on the fact that social media kind of means nothing. That just saying, hey, like this, and it's a potato, gets a lot of likes. It's like, yeah, why do people fight so hard for all these likes all the time? It's a picture of GLaDOS. True. It's a picture of me. It's a selfie. Leslie, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Since I love listening to you talk about your passions, which game franchise do you think got better with its sequels, and which do you think should have quit while they were ahead? It depends on how many sequels we're talking about. Like something like Uncharted got better and then worse. The Uncharted 2 is their best game. Uncharted 3 is kind of stinky. Uncharted 4 is probably their best character piece. And then Portal's good. Portal 2 is so much better. Probably God of War. No, actually, the first games are pretty good. I don't know. That's a hard question. BioShock Infinite disappointed me so much. That's a good one for disappointments. BioShock got so much worse after the first one. BioShock 2 is okay. It had some good ideas. BioShock Infinite is pretty crappy. I loved it when it came out, and because I'm a sucker for like time travel shit and like weird narratives. But the more I thought about it, the dumber it seemed. Like the story's really not as deep as it thinks it is. And the actual gameplay is kind of grating. I didn't like it. Courage is doing a charity stream. I know, he's doing fantastic. He reached out to me about a week ago asking for tips on how to do charity streams because he really wanted it to go well. And he's killing it. He's doing so well. Good for him. Assassin's Creed. Yeah, Assassin's Creed got better with its sequels, and then it got really shitty, and then it got better again. I'm trying to think of other games. Final Fantasy series went downhill after 10. I mean, these are full franchises that are hard to put into that because there's just too many of them and they're all completely different. Metroid games, I've never played them. I feel bad, Pink. Everyone says they're so amazing, but I never had a Nintendo system growing up. And now that I'm older, I just don't have the time to play them. And whenever I do have the time, I just forget. Life is Strange? I think Life is Strange got worse. I like Life is Strange 1. I didn't like Before the Storm, and I didn't like Captain Spirit. Again, it's this thing that the more you think about them, your opinion changes. So when I finish some of the games that I play on videos, it's like, oh, this is great. But then sometimes I dwell on them for a while and I'm like, it wasn't that great. And Life is Strange 2 has a lot of potential, but I feel like they squandered all of it. Such an interesting story about a kid with superpowers and maybe turning evil or not, and it barely even tapped into that. The powers were such a secondary sort of story element. Mass Effect is, if you don't count Andromeda, if you just take the 3 Mass Effect games, I think they got better with the sequels. More so the gameplay than anything. Death Stranding, I like Death Stranding a lot, but I can't recommend it to anybody because I know nobody would like it. You liked Andromeda? I'm glad you did, because that means that you paid for a game and you got enjoyment out of it. You're probably one of the few. Because I hated it. I played it for like 2 hours and I was like, okay, I'm done. But perfectly fine if you liked it. Red Dead Redemption 2? Yeah, that got better. Too tedious for my liking. There's too many systems. It's too realistic for my liking. It's good for those nights where you, like, it's raining outside and you just want to sit down and spend all night in this game and just get lost in the world. But I don't really have the time for that right now. So I'll probably go back to it eventually. I played like 6 hours of it, but felt like I wasn't really making any progress. I like Arthur a lot, though. Walking Dead definitely declined, 100%. Dead Space got really good again. Well, it's hard to... Dead Space 1 and 2 are like different games, because Dead Space 1 is like Alien, where Dead Space 2 is Aliens. Where one is a horror game and a horror movie, and then the other one is more action horror. So they went for different things, and both nailed it. Boris and the Dark Survival is decent. I didn't really enjoy it. I'm not into that type of game. I like the world and the lore and everything in that universe, and the developer's such a sweetheart, and I absolutely love working with them. And anytime they want me to do Sean Flynn, sure, I'll bust it out. But the gameplay just didn't hook me. Melissa, thank you for the 500 bits. Just wanted to say thank you for addressing the cloak situation, and I hope I was polite in the concerns on Tumblr. You were absolutely polite, and no problem. We're doing a lot of talks with them about the frequency of the drops, and I've been pushing very hard for more than 10% to the relief efforts, because I personally feel like it should be more, and I keep saying that, but Cloak is still a new company. We're still trying to get our foot in the door, and like all the money that gets made from Cloak goes back into the company. So it's not like we're like hoarding money for ourselves to like make profit or anything. But it's kind of hard to explain that stuff without getting into the weeds. But I'm definitely listening to it and bringing it back to people and like showcasing. I screenshotted a bunch of the replies and the feedback on Twitter and stuff and sent them to people, and they appreciated it. So what'll happen, I can't make any promises, but I'm trying. Bethers, thank you for the 200 bits. I live alone, so quarantine has been really hard. The only people I've seen for the last 6 weeks are strangers at the grocery store. Your streams and uploads are always a positive thing in my day, so thank you for that. Yeah, I feel for any of you who are stuck alone. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know I'd be doing a lot worse if I was alone and I couldn't see people. I'd try and make the most of it, but I mean, you just go stir crazy being on your own all day, every day, for weeks. So, hang in there. We'll get there. As long as all the fucking morons don't keep going out to playgrounds and beaches and parks and shit. We'll all get through it. Big J, thank you for the 500 bits. Sup, Jack? I'm a little older than you. I love your channel. I started a YouTube channel because of you. You inspire me to be the greatest person I can be. That's really sweet. Thanks, Big J. And good luck with your YouTube channel. I hope you're enjoying it. Who cut my hair? I cut it myself. Not this part, just the sides. I just take a razor to it and go all the way around. The United States are opening things up. Please wish us all luck. Hopefully they're being smart about it, because Germany have plans to open stuff up as well, but they're doing it in a way that they're only opening up certain things. Mass gathering places like cinemas and everything are not opening, but once the numbers start going back up again for infected, they're just going to start closing shit off again. And I think that's the best way of doing it. Because if you just start opening up... what fucking governor was it? Or mayor or something in America that said some things are more important than living. What? It's the most fucking moronic thing I've heard in a while. America's a big place though, so I don't want to tar everything with the one brush. It's easy to say like, oh, Americans dumb, stinky because of a few naysayers and a few idiots, but you guys are all like state-based, right? So some places are just being Georgia idiot governor. Okay, Georgia. And I went to Georgia. Everyone was so nice there. Why he gotta be stinky? Just get into the parliament and be like, excuse me, governor of Georgia. Why are you being so stinky, bro? Come on, man. That's not cool. It's not epic. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys who are here are like fed up with it and tired as well, and everyone that I see online are tired of it too, but we just gotta hang in there. Easier times are coming. Because I get getting stir crazy and getting annoyed by being home all the time and being stuck inside. It sucks. Is it really that hard to do? Like how all over the place is your life that you just can't stay inside day after day for like a month? That really doesn't seem like a death sentence to me, like it seems to be for a lot of people. It's frustrating and it's hard to do, and some people take it much harder than I would, because I just stay inside and work all day anyway. But Jesus, people, come on. This is not a fucking hoax. It's not a conspiracy. It's not fucking 5G towers. Idiots. So some lady took shots at people working at a 5G tower because she heard voices from it, and oh man, I love people, but sometimes it gets a little out there. But again, all we can control is what's going on for us, so be smart. Some have abusive families, so it's kind of hard to be around. That is, I will admit that that was something that doesn't come into my brain when I talk about it. So I appreciate your knowledge and wisdom, and you're right. For everybody, it's not that easy to stay at home. What are you drinking? I'm drinking some Nika whiskey. Wait, am I allowed to drink on stream? Am I allowed to drink on Twitch? Am I gonna get banned? I actually don't know. Okay, yes. Ooh. As long as I'm not getting hammered on Twitch, right? As long as you're not just like overindulging and puking everywhere. Yeah, okay. Ooh. PRND Sainted! Thank you for the 25 gifted subs!
No, it must have been my imagination.
Ew, 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 ew! 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 Yes, I'm aware Mark did that, but I don't have a thing. Thank you. Ooh, girl! Okay. Thank you. I also have this one. Not funny. Ask Alinity. So topical. James Frank, thank you for the 500 bits. Besides your own, which I imagine will be the best dirty bean water in all the land, what coffee do you recommend? I'm sat here staring at a jar of decaf. I want to cry. Oh no. Well, it's not decaf, because I hate that. Actually, no, I don't hate it. It is nice to have some sort of taste of coffee. If you're like me and you just really like the taste of coffee, then decaf is nice. Well, that's the thing, is that I never settled on a brand. I never settled on any coffee that was like, yes, this is what I wanted. I kept just bouncing between so many different ones. So the first time I've actually stuck with one type of coffee is the one that is the blend that I am making myself. Which, of course, would make sense, because you're not just going to make a blend that you're not going to drink yourself all the time. I've gone through so much of it. I have them, like, send me bags and bags of the beans, and I'm like, oh yes, give me more. How do I make my coffee? I got into, pour overs. Like the drip filters. I got some stuff from Christmas from Evelyn. What a sweetheart. You guys know how epic she is. She's pretty awesome. She got me like a beaker and the filters and everything. It's stuff that I really wanted for a while. And then I got a gooseneck spout, pour, kettle, jug. What do you call it? I don't know. So I have a burr mill grinder. Alright, you want to get into the weeds about beans? If you're using a coffee grinder... Okay, the burr mill grinders are pretty expensive, but if you really care about coffee like I do, I'm just going to get into the theoretics of it. The metal blade grinders that you use that have a spinning blade in them ruin some of the flavor of the coffee because they're using friction, high-speed friction, to crush the beans. And to do that, they're generating heat. And when you generate heat, it takes out some of the flavor. It ruins some of the flavor. It changes it in a way. But a burr mill grinder is something that has like two spinning like cones that have an edge on them that like crushes the beans. It doesn't smash them, it crushes them. So it retains more of the flavor. And then doing that, I pour the bit into the filter. Then you completely soak the beans or the powder, the grounds. Can you guys tell I know what I'm talking about? When you have the grounds in there, you pour over and you saturate all of the grounds completely. You don't keep pouring, you just saturate them until they're all wet and damp, and then you leave it for 30 seconds. That lets the water really soak into all of the grounds, and then you start pouring in circles, slowly, over the grounds, and then if they're good beans and they're fresh beans, you should see them foam up, because that means that they have retained a lot of the carbon dioxide, they're oxygenating, and a lot of that flavor is starting to come out. It's reacting with the air and the water, and that's how you get some that's how you know they're really fresh. So I've gotten some bags of like Starbucks coffee or Death Wish coffee, and I've tried that, and no foam came out. And I'm like, oh man, this has been sitting around for a long time. Which, I mean, it still tastes like coffee, but if you just want the really, really good stuff, and this is, the stuff that we're making is like artisanal craft coffee, so it's like, we really care about how we're sourcing the beans and where they're coming from, and the people I'm working with really know a lot about it and have taught me a lot about the coffee making process recently, but that is how I make my coffee. It's also just a nice, like, meditative, therapeutic process. Like, you get up, and instead of just having instant coffee or whatever and just pouring it in and then pouring the water over, I like to, like, sit in that atmosphere. I like to, like, really make my coffee. I make it like a thing for myself and just kind of, like, sit back and, it's nice. And then just literally smell the beans. But when the coffee gets launched, I'll probably do a video showing how to get the most out of it. Truly are dirty bean man now. I am living my best life. I'm falling into what I was supposed to always be. The price of the coffee, I don't know any of that stuff yet. I'm not making the coffee just to, like, make a profit though. Let's put it that way. I'm not just doing it because I can do it. We have seen some people make coffee brands that I can't remember who it was, but they made coffee and sold it at an extortionate price, and it wasn't even that good. But I just really, really like coffee, and I want my own coffee, and it's something that I've always kind of desired but never took the leap to do. And that's a great price. Coffee gang? Soon! We can all be coffee gang. We'll also have some fun with it. We'll do some, like, signed bags and some giveaways and shit like that. Just dick around with it. It's the nice thing about having a company that's 100% yours. You can kind of just do whatever you want with it. And as long as we cover the costs of making it, then we should be good. And paying staff, of course. Are you actually going to call it dirty bean water? No, but I have a very good name for it. But I'm not saying that until it's announced. Don't worry, Marpek, you'll get some. I'll make sure of it. Coffee is just soup. Okay, listen here, you little shit. We'll stop when you start selling bath water. My brother buys coffee from another YouTuber. I tasted it a few months ago, and it's probably the best coffee I've ever had. That is what we love to hear. I'll sell coffee bath water. Scarheart, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Jesus, Scar, you're going mental. You're going absolutely mental. Thank you. That's really fucking kind of you. I appreciate it. And Girl of Steel, I'm sorry I missed your 10 subs earlier. Thank you. Hisoka Hunter, thank you for the 100 bits. Like cold brew coffee, we will also have cold brew. Because I didn't know until I started looking into making coffee that cold brew actually has a higher caffeine content than hot coffee. So if you're drinking hot coffee and you want a little extra kick, and then it makes sense why it's called nitro cold brew. I didn't think about that. But yes, we will have cold brew. I feel like I'm giving over too much information about it. Because it was supposed to be like this, like, boom, here you go, made a coffee company. But Corona got in the way, so I want to be able to talk about it. I've been working on it for a long time. It's been driving me nuts. You're spilling the beans. Spilling all them dirty beans. Vans Lanzar, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Here's some bits, my friend. Thank you. That's very, very nice. Septic Raccoon, thank you for the 100 bits. Does Chase have rights? Yes. Let me answer your question with another question. Do gay and trans people have rights? Yes. There was some raccoons. Thank you for the 100 bits. Coffee bath bomb? Ew, that'd be gross. No. Strange Tom, thank you for the 4 months. Electric Knight, thank you for the 11 months. Oh my god, it's been forever. Would you look at that? Almost a whole year. Kit Kat Nest, thank you for the 100 bits. Koyamasi, thank you for the Prime. Whoa, Shreya, thank you for the 4,000 bits. Hey Sean, I just want to say I miss you and I love you so much. You are so amazing. I wish I could hug you again because your hugs felt like home. Shreya! Stop! Thank you. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate it. Septic Bubble, thank you for the 200 bits. Just because you are awesome. No, you're awesome. Jack, if there's a coffee bath bomb, you'll smell like coffee. I want my coffee to smell like coffee. I don't want me to smell like coffee. What mic is that? This is a Neumann U87. It's an obnoxiously expensive microphone. But I really was obsessed with mics a long time ago, and I really wanted, like, the best that I could get. I switched back to it recently, and I have the Go XLR set up, so I haven't tweaked it fully yet. But it's a very, very nice microphone. This is like industry standard for voiceovers and voice work. I also have this. This is what I was using in videos until like 2 days ago. I've been using it for a while. It's an Electro Voice RE20. You can probably buy it for a relatively decent price for what it is. The sound quality that comes out of this is some of the best sound quality you'll get in a microphone, and some places are selling it for like £400-600 or dollars, whatever, whereas this one is like $3,500. But this one, if you want an absolute fucking workhorse mic, I would highly recommend this one. Don't buy a Shure SM7B. That mic sucks. Every time you look up good mics, everyone always talks about that because Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on it. He had a really great engineer and he has a fucking amazing voice. Very little of that had to do with the microphone. But the RE20 is really good. Has a very neutral sound. This mic has a big proximity effect, so when you get closer and you talk into it, I don't know if it'll show up on stream, but when you get closer and talk to it, the bass response kicks back in, so it creates this kind of like loop where your voice being close to it makes it bassier, whereas this doesn't. So if you want a neutral flat mic that you can really fuck around with, really good one. This was recommended to me by Troy. And I had never heard of it before. I never knew the name of it, but I'd seen this mic everywhere. Keep an eye out for this mic. If you look at so many other streamers and so many other YouTubers or podcasters or anything, a lot of them are using this mic because it's amazing. It's very long. Yeah, a lot of the stuff on the side of it, like the vents, are to minimize that proximity effect. Vaysteer, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Thank you. Uwu Uni, thank you for the 1,000 bits. How is hell doing? Is Mr. Nook treating you well? I haven't logged in like 4 days. What's a good pair of headphones if you like good sound quality? I mean, these are good. These are the Bear Dynamic DT880 Pros. I had to see what number they were because they have like 770s and 990s and whatever. There's so many different versions of them. These are really good. These have a really good sound to them. Surprisingly, the ones I was using before this, the Sony MX-WH 1300s or something, it's a fucking obnoxious name. The noise cancelling Sony ones, the black ones, have an incredible sound for the type of headphones that they are. Like they're noise cancelling, and they're Bluetooth. So sometimes you think of those as being a little bit gimmicky, but they're incredible sounding headphones. These look super soft. They are. If the best ones that I've had for... Okay, so it depends on what you want to use them for. These are open. These are open back cans, or open back headphones. So if you're sitting next to me and I'm listening to stuff, you will hear it coming out of these, like a speaker, basically. But I like that because it gives it room to breathe, and the sound doesn't sound like it's in your head. It sounds like it's kind of out here. And when I'm talking, I don't usually like to monitor my voice through the mic into my headphones. I like to be able to hear how I sound to my own ears, and I like hearing the world around me. The noise cancelling ones felt like I was too confined, and I felt like I was shutting out the rest of the world, and some people like that. But for recording, I didn't like that. So if you want headphones that other people can't hear, these are pointless. These are stupid, because everyone will hear this. If you're on a bus and you're listening to music, everyone will hear them coming out of this. Same with the Philips Fidelio X2s that I had. Some of the best sounding headphones I've ever had. But if you want noise cancelling, or if you want stuff that other people can't hear, then the Sony noise cancelling ones I really like. Use an external compressor for your mic. I have one, but I stopped using it. I just use the Go XLR now, and it has a virtual built-in compressor. It doesn't sound perfect. I can't get the Go XLR to really sound like the post-processing I do in Audition for my videos. And I really want it to, but it's never going to sound like that. Live audio probably isn't, unless I spend thousands and thousands of dollars on preamps and compressors and all that kind of shit. But it does a good job. Kate Mack, thank you for the 300 bits. Thank you for all the laughter when I've been struggling. Sorry, I have some wine. I've had some wine, so hopefully this is the right way to do it. Absolutely, and enjoy yourself. Drink y'all's wine. I mean, I'm drinking whiskey, so... It's the end of the day, time to relax. Water Jesus gang. Man, I've been so bad at not recording the next episode of that. I have so many other products that we can look at, but I just haven't recorded it because I don't... Anytime I have to move my setup to record somewhere else, and I've had Evelyn kind of been on the camera shooting the stuff, but I feel bad having to get her to do it every time. So I want to, like, do it on my own, but I hate just a static camera angle just sitting there. I don't know. I'll do it eventually. But I haven't checked in on Water Jesus in a while. And same with Funniest Home Videos. I need to grab some Funniest Home Videos. I need to, like, look them up and find a good place for funny videos. It was really fun when I had the commercials to react to, but I kind of ran out of those. Don't you have elves? Ah, yes, of course! Do you know Donkey? Yep. I've met him a few times as well. He's very nice. Oh, yeah, a whole bunch of funny videos in the Discord. You're right. Yeah, if you don't know, by the way, we have a Discord that is connected to the subs here. I'm not saying this as a ploy to get more subs. I'm just saying that if you do sub, you can get into the Discord. It is a thing that we have connected now. Just in case you have subbed already and you're just not aware of it. I still can't believe it's the anniversary of meme time and my meme made it on the thumbnail. Zivils, you have amazing artwork. So thank you. Do the training videos for companies. Cammy, you link me up and I'll knock them down. I'll take credit for your hard work any day. But yeah, that would be fun. I can't get into the server? I don't know why. Should be connected. Sent them like 7 months ago or something. Cammy, that's more than half a year. We weren't even coronavirus then. Come on, Cammy. What do you expect from me? Memory? Not likely. Friska, thank you for the, or Frisky, thank you for the sub, as well as Renee and Squid, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you guys. Thinking the music? Me too. Try to find them again. Yeah, you're damn right, Cammy. You better do it. Man, I just checked Jacksepticeye's stream and he's so mean to his mods. Mods, you guys know I love you. You work very hard, and I appreciate it. Are you Floor Gang? No! I'm Quarantine Club! Floor Gang is for stinky people. For people who can't afford chairs. Cringe? Yeah. Damn right, Captain. So cringe. God. Felix's channel? Ew! Cringe! I'm Quarantine Club. Not cringe at all. Felix can't afford pillows. I'm pretty sure Felix can't afford anything. Pretty sure Felix has no money. Billy White, thank you for the prime. Daphne, thank you for the sub. I can't wait for fucking Dexerto or somebody to make an article being like, fellow YouTuber and friend of Felix Chelberg said that he's broke and has no money. And then half the article is about like Felix's wedding or shit that doesn't even matter to what's going on. God, some articles these days are worse than YouTube videos. I'm wearing the Sony noise cancelling headphones right now. They're good. Are you doing any more videos with the Irish lads? Yes, sir! We should be playing something this weekend, actually. I'm not sure. It's usually, Daniel's the one that usually says something about it. But yeah, we're looking into stuff. I think Sea of Thieves was the thing that we brought up last time. It'll be really fun. Which I haven't played in a long time, and I really wanted to play it. I had such an itch to play it like 6 months ago, and I was talking to Robin about it because he played a lot of it and he said it was all updated, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then I just never played it. I haven't played it since launch. I haven't seen the volcanoes, the megalodons, the krakens, all of that stuff is all completely new to me. It's like 4 more games since I played it. It's fucking crazy. It looks really good now, though. Except for all the microtransaction bullshit they brought in. I get it, you gotta make money, but ugh. Play GTFO with the Irish lads. I want to keep that with Mark, Bob, and Wade. I really like our dynamic, and I have so much fun playing with those guys. I've had it with these articles. I love this community to death, but we really shouldn't share the negative ones publicly. I mean, yeah, but a lot of these... I mean, some of the articles that I've seen people link to me are community posts posted in certain places. They're not actual articles. And again, a lot of the stuff that people write about somebody negatively is based on what they think their perception of that person is. It's not who I actually am. And some people are just convinced of what they want to be convinced of and their opinions and what's happening. And no amount of me explaining things or even talking about it is even going to change that. So there's worse things going on in the world. I'd rather focus on things that are really good in life. Where do you find your music? I'm just listening to Chilled Cow. I'm listening to lo-fi hip-hop beats. To study to, not to sleep to. Very big difference. And they're really good. I hope they don't mind me using their music every time. Chilled Cow! Go follow them or subscribe to them or whatever you want to do. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about them by now, though. Wayward, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Very sweet of you. What whiskey are you drinking? Also love the Irish lads. I'm in Scotland myself, so I can understand some of the jokes. Thanks, Kate. Thank you for the 200 bits as well. I'm drinking Japanese Nika whiskey, which was actually gifted to me by Ethan for my birthday. It's very tasty. I have some stronger Scottish whiskies, like a Quaililla and a... Oh god, what's the other one I have? Shit! I can't think of it. I have 2 really nice Scottish whiskies. I'm drinking Corona with lime. Don't judge me. It's delicious. Oh no, guys. I said the word. Dude, I love drinking Coronas. Coronas are great. Anybody who makes you feel bad for drinking a Corona is just... fucking listen to them. Corona's a nice, refreshing beer. It's like one of those beers that's like, it's not going to get you drunk, but it'll get you a little buzzed. And it's just so easy to drink and guzzle down, and it's nice and refreshing. I'm here for Quarantine Club. I heard there would be fun and safety. Oh boy! Mods, take it away! Give the safety briefing. Keep your arms and legs, Keep your arms and legs inside the roller coaster at all times. Quarantine Club is taking off, but everybody stay a good 2 meters away from each other. Social distance is a very important thing. It's not a joke. It's there for a reason. Wash your hands. Good job, Marpek. I'd say people's hands have never been cleaner in the entire history of mankind. This is a nice podcast while cleaning my room. Is this a podcast? Oh no. Should I have a sponsor? Should Audible be sponsoring me? Or Raycons? I don't know Audible or Raycon ever reach out to me. I like audio. I like headphones. I'll do a sponsorship for Raycon. I love Audible. I actually use Audible. It's easy to sell that stuff if it's something that I actually believe in and use. And I've heard the Raycons are actually really good. But no, I just keep getting the same people asking, like, do you want to sponsor this fucking god-awful mobile game that everyone will hate? No. We'll offer you a shit bajillion amount of monies. Back when I was doing YouTube and not Twitch, like 3 years into when I was doing it, I think I had like 4 million subs or something. Some game company came to me and they were like, we'll offer you $250,000 to do this shitty mobile game for an episode. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's a lot of money, but I can't, in all good conscience, play a shitty game like that. I can't, that would literally be selling out. I can't do that. But these companies have so much fucking money. It's absolutely ridiculous. Jack Attack, thank you for the Prime. Green, thank you for the sub. Pika, thank you for the Prime. Magic Molly, thank you for the Prime. Tia Elizabeth, thank you for the 3 months. Kimmy Cheer, thank you for the month. Appreciate it. Kitten, thank you for the 300 bits. My dude, you've helped keep me sane and smiling while stuck in the house. Thank you. You're welcome, Kitten. Glad I can help in any way. $250K isn't that much. That's a shit ton of money. What are you talking about? It's $250,000. Oh god, I should have taken it. Oh no. Ah. Well, It was a different story back then as well. Sponsorships were really extremely taboo on YouTube. It was, if you did any sponsorship on YouTube back then, it was completely selling out. So it was a lot of fear for that too. And I wasn't doing any sponsorships at all back then. 150k for one episode? No, it was like a bunch of things. Arlena, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Had the chance to see my boyfriend Blake since the quarantine began. We went for a walk after I went to the bank, and it was nice to see him in person. Unfortunately, rain decided to literally rain in our parade. Oh. Also, Blake says hi. Hi, guys. Hope that you're staying safe, though. I mean, we'd forgive you. You gotta make that bread, too. I mean, sure. But... I don't know. It just felt completely weird to do that. There's also a lot of contingencies that come with that kind of stuff. And mobile games are like really fucking blowing up at the time. How did they make so much fucking money? It's crazy. Make that bread and give that bread to charity. Yeah, I could have. None of that stuff was really a thing back then. Also, ad rates on YouTube were really, really good back then. So you didn't really have to worry about sponsorships too much. There was a lot of stuff in it. Especially if their game is bad. Yeah, the game was fucking awful. I can't even remember what it was. It was really, really bad. I was like, I can't fake this. I can't, like, upload that and make it seem fun, because it just wasn't. So, anybody who ever says, Jacksepticeye is sold out, is like, oh, believe me, I could have sold out a long time ago, much harder. I care about what I do. I care about the stuff that I sponsor. What monitor do you have or want? I have... I think they're Asus monitors. Yeah, they're the Asus ROG... fucking something or other. I hate the naming schemes. Is it the PG279Q? Yes. The Asus ROG Swift PG279Q. Can you tell why I didn't know the fucking name of it offhand? I have two of those. They're really nice. They are... I think they're IPS panels. So with gaming monitors, it's... you get a TN panel or an IPS panel. TN panels used to be the ones with the really high refresh rates, but their colors were shit and their contrasts were shit. So it was just like everything was kind of whitewashed, but if you were gaming at really high frame rates, it didn't really matter. It was the stuff for playing like CSGO and all that kind of stuff on for really competitive stuff. But is it IPS or it's IPS, right? Yeah, IPS panel. In-plane switching panels. So they're the ones with the really good colors and contrast ratios, but they were notorious for high input lag and low refresh rate. So there'd be just 60 hertz. 60 hertz means that it's refreshing 60 times a second, I believe. But IPS panels in recent years have gotten really good. So these ones are 165 hertz. Which means that you can sync your frame rate 165 FPS at 165 hertz means that it's really fucking smooth. So if you're playing a competitive game or something that needs a lot of reaction time, it's really, really quick. And these, because it's an IPS panel, it means it has good colors, it has a good size, it's good contrast ratios, and now it's a good refresh rate and low input lag. And now wireless mice have gotten so damn good that you have the best of everything. It's so good. I love current technology. I don't like this song. Listen to this one. This is way more chill. Oh, 165 hertz is 165,000 per second. Wouldn't that be 165 kilohertz? Anyway, it just means how fast the screen refreshes. And the higher the refresh rate of the screen, the faster it is, and the less input lag you have, and the less blurring you have. If you look up, some monitors have 240 hertz refresh rates now. But if you look up like 165 hertz versus 60 hertz comparisons, and you'll see the difference. It's huge. What's your mouse? The Logitech G305. The Logitech Pro G wireless one. I had the wired one, and I was always like, no, stinky wireless mice. It's not as good as a wired one. That has the input lag. It doesn't. It's incredible. It's the best mouse I've ever owned. I used to have a Razer Death Adder for years, and it really fit the shape of my hand, and I like that for Battlefield and everything, but the more I played, the more I realized that I'm not a palm grip person. I play with my mouse like this. Like I hold it like this as I'm playing. So I'm a claw grip. And oh, see you later, Ken. Thanks for hanging out. I used to have a BenQ Zowie EC2A, and that was a really great mouse, but that was also a palm grip kind of one. I mean, you can play them with claw grip if you want, but I just didn't like the size of them. I don't have big hands, so this one is an ambidextrous mouse, so there's no flaring either side. It's symmetrical the entire way around, and it's small, it's light, and I really like that. So I've just fallen in love with this mouse. I was really big into like competitively playing games. I would play a lot of Battlefield, really honing in my DPI and my sensitivity and my mouse, and really fucking nailing it. I don't care about it as much anymore, but I still really care about the hardware that I'm using. And these are really nice. If you want to know, I use 450 DPI on my mouse. It's what Shroud uses, and I just copied his settings. I used to use 800 DPI. And now anything above 450, I'm like, Jesus Christ, we're flying to space! I watched some people... God, I remember when we were playing Overwatch with Robin, he said that he was on like 1600 DPI, and his in-game sensitivity was like 3 times what mine was. So it was like, a tiny move of the mouse meant that he was doing full 360s. And for me, I can't aim like that. I can't aim anywhere with that kind of sensitivity. It's way too high. So 450 DPI is really nice for me, and a low sensitivity in game, because, and then matching it consistently. I mean, I'm the dude who, when I played Battlefield and then moved on to like Modern Warfare or something, I literally got a measuring tape, put it down in front of my mouse, went to Battlefield because that was the exact settings I liked, moved my mouse across the measuring tape, and realized how far it took to do a 360, like aim at one point, turn the entire way around and aim back at it. How far was that? And then I would match it for every single game. These days I'm not as anal about that kind of stuff. But I really like fiddling with that kind of stuff for first-person shooters. I did it with Doom Eternal as well. I really honed in on what I liked. Doom Eternal was weird though, because it had a sensitivity multiplier. Instead of just being your DPI and your sensitivity, it has a sensitivity multiplier. So your sensitivity was at 100, but your multiplier was at 0. It would barely move. But then upping it a tiny bit, so it wasn't perfect. I really didn't like how it felt. Yeah. Whatever. No one cares, Sean. Shirt Mechanic, thank you for the Prime. Gavin, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Leslie, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. And Daphne, thank you for the 3 gifted subs. Blip Blop, thank you for the 100 bits. I love your videos and you've pulled me out of my depression, so thank you so much for making my life worth it. Again, I'm just a dude on the internet giving advice every now and then. But to pull yourself out of depression takes a lot more commitment than just listening to my videos. So don't give me credit for that. But thank you very much. It's very sweet of you. Whiskey, thank you for the 22 months. Hope you're doing good, man. I am. Thank you. I hope you are as well. Question, why on earth did I enjoy your ASMR videos? I don't know. Are you a little freak? You a little dirty freak? You might be. I like hearing your tech talk. It shows how much you know. I never know if people want to listen to it, but that's good, I guess. Thanks. It's the same whenever I play games. And I'm like, man, the lighting is so nice, and look at the way the thing comes down over here and the texture over here. It's just really nice. And then I get 1,000 comments where people are like, shut the fuck up and play the game. So I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, whoops. But I like talking about it, so go fuck yourself. Scratch your mic. There you go. Plus, I feel like if you're there to watch a series just for the game, you might as well just watch a no commentary Let's Play. Or somebody who's just there to only play the game. I'm here to talk about the game. I'm here to talk about my love of games, get out my thoughts, just give over my personality to the game as well. Because the more of me that's in the episode, the more fair use it is, and the less shitty it is on the developers. If I'm just sitting there, I always feel weird seeing those Let's Plays that have no commentary and it's just the game. Because I don't know if that's fair use or not. I think a lot of the developers are just being nice by not copyright striking those. But I don't know. I don't really want to make a statement on it either. It's just I feel like if I'm commenting on it and I'm talking about it and I'm saying my emotional reaction to it, then that's at least adding something. What camera should I use? Whatever you have. And then get good at being on camera, or at least comfortable, and then get what you can budgetly, that's not a word, afford. Don't look at somebody and be like, they have a Sony A7R II. I need that. You don't. I don't even need a fucking Sony A7R II right now, but I'm using it because why not? I got it because I do a lot of stuff that's not just Let's Plays with it. Or at least I did. And it was important. Use your phone as a webcam? There you go. You already have probably a better camera than I had when actually you do. If you have a phone, you have a better camera than I did when I started. Speaking of camera, did you fix your autofocus? I did not, because it's a lighting issue for some reason, or an overexposure issue. My older siblings say that Mark is better than you, and I can't agree. If they think so, cool. If you don't think so, cool. It doesn't matter. No one's better than anybody else. Everybody's good at something. What camera did you use to do God of War? This one. The Sony A7R II. I've been using this one for 4 years now. I also have this one. Which... This one's cheaper. But it produces a really fantastic image. It's the Sony A6400. And it's really nice. What I like about this one as well is it has a flip-up screen. Sean, but every camera has that. No, this one doesn't. I have to attach an external monitor to it up here so I can see myself. But this one is really, really good. This is like a workhorse vlogging camera. And a lot of YouTubers use this. I think Mark might use the 6400. I'm not sure. He did at one point. I don't know if he still uses it. But very nice camera. And it's 1600 bucks. Yes. Cameras are expensive. Well, camera bodies are not so much expensive. Lenses are expensive. So the Sony a6400 is £900, I think? And it comes with a lens. But the one I'm using is £1,600. And I think it was $2,400 when I bought it. With the lens. $1,600 is just the body of the camera. No lens. If you want a lens, the one I'm using right now is, should be here. The one I'm using is £700 for this lens. So, $1,600, $1,700 together. It's a lot of fucking money. And it's way overboard for a Let's Play face cam. I do this as my job. It's an investment. I've been using it for 4.5 years now. So, I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of it. But you do not need that camera. This is more like the higher end of the camera. Yeah, the 8K Red Weapon, which is a high-end film camera for like movies, is $300,000. The cameras that we did the interviews with like Troy and Matt and Aaron, were like $6 grand to rent for a day. We get them a little cheaper because Tucker knows the guy there, and we like got a little deal out of it. But the like an anamorphic is that like anamorphic is a lens type where if you've ever seen a movie with like big lens flares, it's shot anamorphically because that's what gives it that flaring out. But I really like the anamorphic style, like the wide style. It's really fucking cool. So we shot Chase on as well. But they're incredibly expensive. Like a lens for an anamorphic camera can cost you 50 grand. Cameras are expensive. Is that the camera that doesn't focus? Yes. It's a very expensive camera that won't focus for me. That's more to do with my settings on it, and anytime I've changed my settings, it just kind of fucks it up. Or doesn't get it to the point that I want it to be. So I'm just like, you know what, it works. I just need to efficiently record videos. I don't need to go messing with cameras right now. Ooh. Chill Redbone? Hell yeah. Daylight! Can't you reset it? Well, the thing about it is that I would love to factory reset the camera, but I've already kind of like hacked it to go beyond the recording limit, because normally it records for like 20 to 30 minutes and then you have to start recording again because it's just a thing with some DSLRs. So I looked up online how to bypass that, and I basically like hacked into the camera to bypass that limit. So now I can record to SD card as long as I want. And if I reset it, I would lose all of that and I'd have to redo all of that. So it's just not worth it. Your lighting is nice. Tell that to my fucking camera. Why is it being a dick? That's why I got the a6400, because I was like, okay, maybe my camera's just busted. I've been using it for a long time and dropped it a lot. So I set that up and that had the same autofocus issue. So I'm like, cool! I love spending money. It's because of the broken lamp. Oh my god, can you imagine if it was? Oh no. What if it is? I don't know what changed, actually, and why it stopped autofocusing properly. Because the settings were the exact same all the time, and then one day I just sat down on my computer and it just didn't work. Yeah, the bright bulb could be acting up. Try covering it to check. Well, I'd have to get up and change the settings and everything right now. Actually, you know what? Let's fucking do it. Why not? Just take it out of frame. Okay, it's out of frame. I gotta change the focus though on the back. Hold on. Okay, now it's auto-focusing. Nope. It just does that. Sit and wait. Don't move. Oh, it's trying to do- there it goes again. I don't get it. Let's move this one as well. Ow! My fucking toe! Hit my green screen with my foot. Oh no. Is it okay? It's doing it a little bit. Did we... Did we just troubleshoot the problem? Oh, it's still kind of freaking out. It's doing it a little bit. I can see it like up here. It's still kind of going a little bit in and out, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. Yeah, it's still doing it a little bit. It's still distracting. Yeah, there it goes. I don't know what it is. I mean, the things on the background had never changed and it was fine. I've had that whiteboard in the background for ages when it was working normally. And that was fine. But so one day it just started acting up. And then I thought it was my chair, so I changed chair anyway. I wanted to change my chair. The mic, I've had my mic out of frame in many things. It's still doing it. You can see it over here. I don't know what it is. Plus me and the mic are kind of basically in the same place, so it wouldn't fuck it up that much. I don't know. I don't get it. God, the background looks so fucking boring right now. Why? Why, camera? Why? I do want to change my lighting in here though, someday. So it's one of those things that I've just kind of been putting off. What if it's me? It is me! Watch, I won't do it when I leave. It is me! Still doing it? Yeah, I don't get it. I've troubleshot everything. I've changed a ton of settings and tried to make sure it works. But the fact that another camera does it as well means I don't get it. I'm changing around my entire setup soon though, where I want to get another monitor for like Twitch chat that I can read. And I want to change the camera angle a small bit and maybe kind of like tilt it down a little. You're too white. It could be that as well. But yeah, I'll figure it out eventually. Who knows? Nice cock. Oh, well. Shadow Killer, thank you for the sub. Archie, thank you for the 100 bits. Move the red bulb out of the corner of the shot. It's a point light. I mean, I've had that out of there before. That's a new thing. It was already doing it before I even brought that in. I've been using manual focus since before that. JJ Smith, thank you for the 1500 bits. How are you doing today? Very good. Thank you for your very generous bits. Garlic Flavor, thank you for the Prime. And Phantom, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I think I'm going to call it there, guys. I think we're going to end the stream there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and being part of this. I could have done so many other things, but I really wanted to just sit down and hang out and chat, because we haven't done that in a long time. Remember before I moved to Brighton, I used to sit down and do chat streams all the time. And then I stopped doing them. Sad. Sad Jashawn noises. But it is nice to do every now and then. And especially since there's some streams where I just can't interact with chat, or I don't read out the bits and the subs and stuff as much. So it's nice to have one where we actually sit down and chat and I can just focus on that. Norman, thank you for the sub, as well as Sergeant. And J is for JD, thank you for the Prime. Thank you guys, thank you for all the bits and all the subs and all the generosity you guys have thrown my way in general. It really means a lot to me, and you guys are very, very sweet and very generous. I appreciate it, thank you. But I'm going to go now and leave you all to your own devices. I don't know when I'll be back, but you guys can pray for me if you want. If that's what you're into. I don't know. Might be a little stinky. Sad goodbye time, Belle. But thank you to the mods for hanging out as well and keeping things in order and all the information that you guys always help me out with. Appreciate it. Don't forget to go on the Discord if you're a sub here. If you were gifted a sub during this stream, thank you to all the amazing gifted subs. You can link your Twitch to Discord and then you can go there and hang out. It's a lovely place. It's very nice. Everyone there is, well, not everyone, because you can't have everyone be nice, because that would be impossible. But it's a fun place. And you can hang out and talk to people in between videos and streams. It's lovely. But yeah, thanks guys. And I'll see you all in the next one, I guess. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.